Hey there, YouTube. JP back for another JP Gaming. Happy Wednesday. Yesterday we took a day off to enjoy a new game that released. I picked it up on PlayStation 4. That game would be Tom Clancy Ghost Recon Wildlands. Playing with a good group of buddies, and we had a blast last night. The servers were stable at midnight release, so we played until we basically passed out, and then played the rest of the day yesterday. So had a great time. Still hope to get a capture card connected to the PlayStation, to this laptop, so that we may be able to bring some of that to you, to our YouTube channel in the future. So stay tuned for that. But we are back today to play some Hearthstone. We've neglected our free-to-play, learning-to-play account for a few days, and so the quests have built up. And so here tonight, we're here to tackle that and talk a little bit about quests and how to maximize, officially maximize the most gold that for the quests that you do. So we're logged into our free-to-play account. Let me switch over to our game client here. You notice we have 2 packs to open, so we'll do that before we get started on our quests today. So let's just take a quick look. Here's what I mean by we've neglected it. We've built up all 3 quests currently, so now we have decisions to make. If we don't clear out any of these quests starting tomorrow, we're no longer going to get any more quests until we finish a quest or re-roll one of these quests. Currently, we have a Watch and Learn, which is the highest value quest you can receive. Anything that gives 100 gold or packs of cards are the best, obviously. And this one particularly is great because it takes hardly any work at all. You can literally come into a friend's, spectate a friend that's almost ready to win. He puts on the car, wins, and you get credit for it. So unfortunately, we have no friends online currently, but that's something that I'll arrange off camera and maybe record it for the lulz at a later date and bring that to you. But today we're going to focus on everything besides Watch and Learn. So there is the lowest gold amount that you can receive from a quest is 40 gold. And typically that is win 2 matches with a particular class, win 3 matches, any 3 matches, or play 30 cards of a particular class. There is the next level, 50 gold and 60 gold, and I believe that's win 5 games with a particular class, play 50 cards of a particular class, or some other stuff. It gets into the cutesy stuff like play 50 Murlocs or play 10 combos and stuff like that. Some of those are easier than others, but I'll let you Google that and find that list on your own. But mainly the idea is, if you can afford it, or what I mean by that is if you have the time, if you're playing every day and you are going through your quests every day, there is a way to game the system and only do quests that are going to give you the most gold. And so in a perfect situation, you would never want to do, you should try to avoid doing 40 gold quests and always re-roll 40 gold quests. Now the reason why we're not going to roll this particular 40 gold quest right here, Emerald Dream, is simply because it works so well with Druid Mastery. Both are just plain Druid cards. I think we're going to keep both and just try to bang through them today. So in total, we only have to play 50 Druid cards. It's not as easy as it sounds. It sounds like, oh, I'll just make a deck with Druid cards, bang, bang, bang. A few games later, we're golden. You got to remember, especially starting out, some games you're only going to play 7 to 10 cards in total. And of those 7 to 10 cards, you're not always going to be playing Druid cards. You might be playing neutral cards. So there is some amount of grinding involved with these 2 particular quests. So I don't know if we'll complete them all today, but we'll sure try. The other thing that we have going against us today is this is our free-to-play account, and we typically don't play Druid. And so with that being said, I believe we have still some unlockage to do to get the even base cards, but we're not going to waste our time with that. That's not for good television. What we're going to do is we're going to open up, forget all this, we're going to open up our 2 packs, and I believe they're both Mean Streets of Gadgerstan. They are. And then we're going to take a quick look at our collection and build just a quick, mean, and dirty Druid deck, trying to maximize Druid cards and trying to maximize the ability to play them all out as quickly as possible, and then we'll see if we get any success on the standard ladder. So that's our game plan for tonight. get yourself a drink. I got my favorite iced tea here, and let's pop these packs. Hopefully we'll get a legendary. Even better it would be if we get a druid legendary. I don't even know what the druid legendary is for Mean Streets. Okay, so we got a decent pack here. Better than our usual garbage. Hired gun will be good for us, but again, it's a neutral card, so we're not getting a lot of benefit out of it. First rare is a volcanic potion, good for mages. And our epic is a rogue epic, cute art, cute card. Doesn't see play currently. Give us a druid card. Oh, so there's a epic. So same exact pack as last time. Alright, so we got no druid cards specific. We got a decent shaman card. Yeah, so it's to be expected in these large sets. I think Mean Streets of Gadgetan's like over 200 cards. Don't quote me on that, but you're going to open up a lot of stuff. And if you're ever particularly looking for a card, you're never going to open it until you go ahead and craft it, and then it's going to be in the next pack that you open. That's just the way it goes. Okay, so let's go in here. Our current druid deck is just vanilla of all vanilla. Literally the base starter deck they give you to start with. So go ahead and create a new one. Select our druid there, and yeah, we're rank 6, so we still have 2 sets of cards to open up still. Well, we will select, can't wait. I'm going to click custom deck, we'll choose that. So now I think we want, in my opinion, the core of any druid deck is Innervate and Wild Growth. Both allow you to play bigger creatures quicker at the expense of card resources and early game tempo. So we'll go ahead and load up on those two for sure. So we have 4 cards that kind of sets our tone. So we want to keep that in mind when we're putting the creatures in. We're going to continue on this page because we also want to play as many druid cards as possible. So I think stuff like Jade Blossom is a good inclusion. Not a lot of druid cards here. And we'll throw in one Jade Behemoth because we only have one. And it goes with our one Jade Blossom. I think we got to play the Starfires. Play the Moonfires, I guess. Play Claw, I guess. Basically, we're going to play everything. Just so we can get the druid count up. Not a big fan of Mark of Nature. Okay. So now, actually we'll get rid of the 2 Savage Roars. So now we're going to look for big, fatty McFatterton creatures. Also, we're going to look for a few card draws early to keep our resources heavy. We also don't want to die. Don't want to die. So now we get into the stuff that we can play if we relatively easily if we draw Innervate. That's a lot of 5s. We'll put our gold in there. You know. Alright, so we got 2 more cards. Only thing we can squeeze out of here would be Savage Roar and Market Nature. Do we have enough creatures? I don't think we have enough creatures. I think we want to add 2 4-drops. You know what? We're going to try Daring Reporter. Why not? We're daring like that. We're daring, fam. So without giving it too much thought, the only thought we gave it tonight was we need to play Druid cards. So we put as many Druid cards as we could in there. Okay. Go ahead and hit play. We are ranked 20. We are playing our Druid deck that we made. Cool. Here we go. This week's Tavern Brawl, I believe, is the Epic Tavern Brawl. Second time they've had it. So I don't think we'll be participating. If we do, if I do get up the nerve, it will cost $10 or 1,000 gold. And so we'll be playing on our standard account, obviously. And yeah, it's just like a standard ranked tournament ladder where you have to go 12 wins to win out, prize out. But you basically make your money back if you can win 4 wins, but that's hard to do without losing. To go 4-3 in standard environment is tough. Most decks tend to be more towards the 50 to 60% win rate. So here we will. What are we gonna do? So unfortunately, Wild Growth doesn't really push us anywhere. But we'll have a lot of fat creatures in here. So I'm going to go ahead and keep Higher Gun and Wild Growth. Send back Mark of the Wild. Hopefully draw a fatty. Decent. I think that'll be our target. Okay, so here, what can we do? If we're on coin, that would be a sick turn. Question is, do we want to innervate out a 4/3 taunt? Why not? Why not? We're on a free-to-play account. Speed Blitz can appreciate speed plays. 4/3 dies to Fart in the Wind, but I think the first hard cast 3 damage removal spell a Paladin gets access to is at the 4-drop slot. So let's see what he can do here to get creative. Alright, so here we could do a few different things. My thinking is we utilize Wild Growth now. Next turn, that will put us just to 4, and then we get lucky with Daring Reporter. So let's try that. Kind of resource light at this point. Not a lot of plays when you only have 3 cards. Tomorrow, that sucks, so we get punished. So he'll clean up the Hired Gun. Tomorrow I think we'll try Gwent again. I don't want to sound too negative on the game. I'm interested to get back and take a look. And I also read that they are resetting ladder. And I think, and I'm assuming for preparation for going gold, going live with the software, because it's currently in beta. So I think that would be cool to kind of be there from the beginning. That was one of my complaints with Hearthstone. I regret not being with Hearthstone since the beginning. I didn't really consider it a legit game at the time. I was way into Magic and thought this was kiddie bullshit. So let's do this. Do one of these. Okay. So the Daring Report is working out pretty well. I think it's a cool card. What we don't want to see is another charge guy. Doing pretty well though. Again, the idea is not if we win or lose. The idea is how many Druid cards can we play. What we've played, maybe 4 so far, at most. It's not good. Don't go in there. Of course it does. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. Okay. So let's see what we get from our Discover here. 4 doesn't do much for us. It's a body, but we're not playing Cthulhu. Perdition's Blade. Cool card. Can't play it or combo it now. We could do that at a later time. I don't know if it's worth it enough for us, though. Wind Fury is probably what we're going to choose. Just for the raw damage potential. Yeah, so we'll take that. We'll put the 2/2 on the Yeti, McFredderton. Just take out the Juggler. We risk losing too much if it gets cute and is able to put down a lot of creatures. And the Juggler throws the knives. Okay, so this will be an interesting. Does he swing in or not? It looks like he's going to. So that's cool. There's also a worry that we win too quick or start beating his ass too strong, and then he concedes. We don't want him to concede. We still have another Druid card to play in hand that would count towards our quests. So anyway, so back to the lesson. So yeah, you want to minimize playing the 40 gold quests unless you have to, unless you need to clear something out, or unless it matches up with another 3. And that's always not. I don't play perfectly. Like, I let shit build up. I play 40 gold quests. I let my fun, the classes I like, dictate what I like to play. So if I see a 40 gold quest of a class I like to play, I will typically play that just because, hey, I'm playing for fun. I'm not totally trying to maximize, but I always keep it in the back of my mind. 40 is the lowest you can get. And I think somebody did the math. I'll let you find it online, but somebody did the math, and I believe the average, if you do a quest every day, on average, you will average something like 50.5 gold. If we saw there, we played 6 cards total, so we got a ways to go. Jump right back into another one. We'll probably do 3 tonight, see how far we get, and then honestly, I'll probably finish up the remainder of the quest in bed on my phone tonight. Then, like I said, tomorrow we'll be playing Gwent, get that up on the channel, and then the rest of the week, I think, short week for me because I took Tuesday off. So tomorrow will be Thursday for Gwent, and then Friday will be something fun in Hearthstone. So that's what we're looking forward to for the rest of the week. Wild Growth worked out for us, so we'll keep 1, pass 1 back. Healing Touch wasn't necessary, but I think it's going to be necessary against the Smark Master. And we'll keep the 1 drop because we're on the draw, and that can answer a beast. So, whatever. It's a Druid card. You should never. I don't know if you should ever do that. I've seen it done. It's kind of weird. Using 2 resources to gain 1 mana. I just did it because we don't have much going on. And yeah, we can now use our turn 3 to eat that. It's fun to see. So we'll put down the Yeti, see what he wants to do. He's probably going to ignore it and put at least 6 damage into us. That's what we want, because we can pick up the removal with Claw next turn. Claw plus our hero power. That's kind of a scary trap, though. We're going to stick with our game plan now. It's freaky. There's the cat. Okay, so that puts us a little behind the 8 ball. Okay. Could have deviated from our game plan and played second-rate Bruiser. I don't think that would have been a bad play. Just because the cat wouldn't be able to clear it by itself. Boom, boom, boom. So now we got to think about... I would have guessed if I was this guy and I had all the tools... this would be a snipe that is going to do 4 damage. So knowing that, we will go ahead and throw down something that can survive a snipe. So no snipe. So now we'll check for 2 damage fire totem, or whatever it's called, fire trap. Flame trap, something with fire on the ground that does 2 damage. So nothing, so we pass. Currently holding 3 Druid cards in hand. So that was onto his lion. Dude sitting pretty pretty. Sitting pretty pretty. Here we will. Okay. It's probably the worst thing it could be for us, which is fine. Hopefully we'll still be able to drag ourselves back with the 2 healing touches. The longer the game goes, more Druid cards we get to play. So let's just hope he doesn't win too good here. So remember this, we're calling that's the cat. High Mane Lion, I believe it's called. Nope. Alright. So we're at 15. He's got 8, 11, 13. So we should definitely, we're at the risk of dying next turn, so we should healing touch up. 2 healing touches. Might as well. We lose 1 life, but we're just here for the quests. Okay. All right. So there's the snipe. He outplayed us there on that one. So good sequencing on his part. He waited to play the snipe. Freezing trap got us pretty good. That's a good pickup on his part. So we should be able to play all of our Druid cards, so that's good. One more Druid card drawn would be great, especially if it's a 4 or less. That way we can get 2 more Druid spells played. Cool. Funny thing about this spell in particular, just reading it right now, you would think that it wouldn't do anything for you when you're at 10 mana, because it simply says gain an empty mana crystal, and we're at our max. We're at max 10 crystals. But there are a few cards, and this is kind of fucked up for new players. I think they should fix this, but there are a few cards that have unwritten interactions within the game client. So watch what happens here. We're at 10 mana crystals already, so we can't gain another crystal. So we play our 2-drop spell, and it creates a 0-drop called excess mana. Draw a card. Sweet. Oh man, that's sweet. If we can survive. So as long as this is not a steady shot. Nice. So we got 1 final Druid card. 2 final Druid cards. So very good turn for us. Cool. So I think that was closer to 10. So we might be at 16 Druid cards now. Thank you, Cathyler. The Golden Angry Chicken. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna guess 10s. I think we're at 16. $12. Wow. So doing pretty good. Get 1 more game in. Notice also we're leveling up. We're gaining our base cards that we didn't have either. So this is a good way to not only finish quests, but also finish up classes that may need to be unlocked to rank 10. Unfortunately, you can't do quests in solo adventures. The learning to play tutorial, that would be nice. Unfortunately, you can't. So to get quests done, you have to participate in ladder. And for the longest time, when I was first starting off, I was afraid of playing ranked, and I just played non-ranked. I don't even know the words I'm looking for, but my point is, for the longest time, I thought that was the safe route. I was afraid of getting stomped on ladder, but now that I've made the switch, jumped into the big boy pool, I've realized that you're going to run into really good decks on either side of the fence. For I don't even know why people would play non-ranked, to be honest, now that I've seen both sides. Like I had struggled with just as much in the non-competitive side, non-ranked, trying to complete quests sometimes, fighting decks that should be on the ranked side. So starting off, I think it might be a little different because there's a hidden matchmaking number that Blizzard doesn't show you, but it's based off of your collection plus how many games you've played and how well you've done. That's kind of mathed out into a number, and especially when you're starting off, you are paired up against new players. But once you feel like that, and I guess it's a feeling because nobody ever says, you're now out of you're now going into the big boy pool. There's never that moment, but when you get the feeling that you're playing against people that have been playing for a long time and have large collections, there's no reason to not be in ranked. And you're going to win some, you're going to lose some. And especially now that they've changed it so that you can't lose ranks at certain points, 20, 15, 10, 5. Even more reason just to get in there with bullshit. I mean, we're on ladder right now, ranked ladder, without even full basic classic druid cards. So get in there is what I'm saying. So we have 4. I needed to take care of that guy in case the druid decided to put the 2/2 taunt buff on it. Shrek here is taking his sweet time. So we have swipes now. We should get back in there and add them in. Alright, here we go. We have 2 Jade cards total, so little on the slow side to get our Jades out. Alright, let's take a look. Here's a Drew card, so that's good for our quests. We'll probably take it. That's kind of an interesting card, though. And Fire Elemental is the best in here, probably. But you know what? I don't know what. Fuck it. We'll take the bird. We'll take the bird. Alright. Shrek needs to hurry up. Alright, so we're not beating that. No way we're beating that. Probably should get some of them Jade Idols there. Okay, so here we will. So we'll definitely be able to play 2 Starfires. So that will be Druid cards. Haven't lost yet, but we would need our opponent Shrek here to not have any more Jade cards and not draw any more Jade cards. And we have yet to see Bran. So there's the Jade leader of all Jade cards. Okay, so we'll save that guy and use it as a draw mechanic. We're actually going to go into this guy. Just because if we would have gone into the 5-3, it would replace itself with a 6-6, and better to do it like this. And then we'll have options for cleaning it up next turn, depending if he goes into the bird or not. He's probably just going to go face. Yeah, so this is a full-blown... This is what I'm talking about. This is a full-blown deck. When you're starting off new player, free-to-play account, and you're running up against these decks, that's when you're going to run into them either on ranked or non-ranked. That's when you just got to say, look, I'm to the point where I should be on the ranked ladder. It might be scary at first, but you're going to learn more, and you're going to develop better confidence quicker by playing humans. By far. Yeah, pretty straightforward. So here we will go her. Go here. Just trying to play Druid cards. Cool. Cool. So we're real close to the first quest being completed. We were at 18. We've probably played 6, I would say, at least. So hopefully one more game, and I'll be able to complete that quest. And that will free up a spot, and so now we will be able to accept tomorrow's quest. If we didn't clean this spot up, that quest tomorrow would fall off. We could theoretically lose a pack of cards if it was that type of quest. Here we will, can we play? Yeah, so we can play Chillwind, put the taunt on it, play this. That's 2 more cards per Druid quest. Apologize, this is not very strategic or anything. It's kind of brain dead. We're going in knowing that we're going to lose. And we'll address that. We'll get back on our standard account again, kind of play the balancing act. And hopefully we'll get some good standard games on that. I have been thinking about pushing for the legendary rank again. The closest I've ever been is during the Christmas season. I got to rank 4. I probably could have made it all the way to legendary rank, which is after rank 1. But honestly, it's just a grind. It just, you got to have a lot of free time, have the dedication to play a lot of games, and to not fuck up and to not get tilted when losing. So, oh wow, we were able to complete. So perfect. We got 40 gold done. And that's great by 1 card. So we played 31 cards in 3 games. That was excellent. That's the type of mindset you need to do. Always try to make a deck that will optimize how quickly you can do the quests. That way you can get them out of your quest book and get back to playing the classes you like, or get back to playing the style of game you like, whether that's Tavern Brawl, Arena, Solo Adventures, etc. So we opened up some packs tonight, didn't get shit. We got our ass kicked on the ladder, but for good reason. We opened up a slot in our quests. We got a little bit closer. Let me see how close we got. Currently almost rank 9. So just a few more wins, excuse me, in the Druid class, and that'll be rank 10. And then I believe that will only leave us with Priest and Warrior to raise up, and then we will finish a major milestone. I believe we get 400 gold or something hefty like that for raising all classes to rank 10. That will open up some more gold for us, some more packs. Hopefully we'll start getting some better cards and making some better decks. So I appreciate you guys tuning in for another one. Not as exciting tonight, but I hope you learned some valuable lessons regarding questing and how to maximize your gold when starting out or starting a free-to-play account. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Press that like button. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, and let me know if I can be doing anything differently, or let me know what I am doing that you like. Appreciate any feedback you got, and appreciate everybody out there watching. Thank you, and have a good night.